grocery prices in this country have gone up nearly 30% since 2020. And today I want to talk to you about half of the reason why my wife and I make these videos. Welcome back to GrowFit Florida. I'm Jermaine, and I grow food right here in beautiful West Central Florida, Zone 10A. Listen, today I'm not going to do a garden tour. I'm not going to show you what I'm going to plant. I just want to talk to you about something that's very serious, because a lot of people, they watch these videos and they still think like, okay, these people that's doing this stuff, this is a hobby for them. Gardening is a hobby. Gardening is just a fun thing they're doing. Yeah, we enjoy it, and yes, it can be fun, but we're not here entirely for that reason, and that's not the reason probably why you're entirely watching. Since 2020, grocery prices have gone up nearly 30%, and that number comes to us straight from the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index, and that's just the national average. If you live in Florida, and even worse, if you live in Central Florida, the Tampa metro area is number 1 in inflation when it comes to grocery prices. Orlando is number 6 when it comes to grocery prices. So just living in Central Florida, we're paying more than anyone else in the country just to get our groceries. And that's not my opinion. That is government data that you can look up yourself. You can just go Google right now and you can see all these stats yourself. And everyone keeps saying that inflation is cooling down and inflation is getting better. Technically, the rate of increase has slowed, but here's what they don't tell you. Prices, they didn't come back down. They never come back down. A 2 or 3% increase this year is stacking on top of that 11% in 2022 and that 5% that we had in 2023. It all compounds. So when someone tells you inflation is getting better, what they really mean is getting expensive a little bit slower. The grocery bills are not coming back down. They never will. Your job isn't paying you more to keep up with these changes, at least most jobs anyways. And right now, the average household in this country is spending close to $700 a month on groceries. If you have a family of 4, the USDA puts it between $1,100 and $1,400 a month, depending on how you eat. And here in Florida, that number is much higher than the national average. So your family could be spending between $1,500 and $2,000 a month now on groceries. What happens is people, they start to cut corners. They stop buying the fresh fruit. They stop buying the fresh vegetables. They start reaching for the cheaper things on the shelf. And what are those cheaper things on the shelf that we're talking about? It's the processed food. It's the food that has the most chemicals. It's the food that can sit on that shelf for 2-3 years and still be good for you. Not good for you, but, still edible, let's say, without mold. The real whole foods that your body needs, that your body actually wants, it gets more expensive. And the stuff that barely is food, it stays cheaper because it's designed to stay cheap. It's made to sit on the shelf for 2 years. It's full of things that you can't even pronounce. And what families end up feeding their kids is not because they don't care. It's not because they think it's a better option. It's because they can't afford the alternative, the whole foods, the better foods. And if the food itself wasn't enough of the problem with all the chemicals that they're putting into it now, making sure we can barely afford it, the good stuff is equally the issue. So whether it's what's in your food or what it costs to buy your food, it feels like the deck is stacked against families who are just trying to eat right, just trying to stay healthy as a family. And that's a problem. I don't see anybody in a rush to do anything about it who has the power to. So why do my wife and I, why do we make these videos? Well, we have 4 kids ourselves. We're raising a family right here in Central Florida, the highest grocery prices in the country in our area. And we go to the same grocery stores you go to. We feel the same weight that you guys feel as well when we're checking out getting groceries. It's expensive. And at some point, we made a decision. We said we're not to just take it on the chin. We're going to learn how to grow our own food. And we're going to make this more than just a weekend hobby, because we're not just trying to make things look good on camera. We can care less about that, because our family needs this food, and we don't want to spend an arm and a leg going to the grocery store just to get groceries. It feels like you're paying rent every time you get groceries. And the more kids you have, the more people that you're responsible for and you're taking care of, that price is crazy. So we're like, you know what, let's help people. Let's inspire and let's motivate people to do what we're doing, because we see the cost savings that we have growing food in our backyard. And if you've been growing food in your backyard for a while, you see the cost savings that you have. I can't change what's going on in the country. I cannot change it. I can't sign nothing where we can get these prices better. But what I can do and what my wife can do, we can educate. We can help people through our videos, through education, take back some of the control just by growing some of the food in your backyard. And that's what we're doing. I don't know, you can call me a dreamer. I always feel that anything is possible. That's how I live life, that anything is possible and enough good people will make it right. I think that the more education we put out there, the more people are genuinely caring about each other, that genuinely wants to see people do better and start their own garden just to help out their family. The more we can get doing that, the more backyards we can get filled with food growing, then maybe, who knows, maybe the grocery stores might be like, hey, we're getting a huge dip in produce. People aren't buying the junk food anymore. What's happening here in my part, at least, I can't control everywhere else, but in my part, Central Florida, maybe we could spark some type of a movement where these grocery stores see it, people feel it, and it just takes off and they're forced to bring that food down. If they don't want to change it, if the people that we're in power don't want to change this, then we have to do something. And by we, myself, you watching it, we have to do something, because just taking it on the chin and just constantly just giving over our hard-earned money just to pay for food that don't even have the nutrients in it, and to pay for things that they're purposely putting chemicals in that's affecting our body and our health and our kids' health. No, we're not doing that anymore. So that's why my wife and I are so on it for you guys. We're showing up, we're making these videos because we want to be a part of the change with you. We want to be a part of this movement with you to grow foods, not lawns. That's why I wrote the book, Grow Food, Not Lawns, because this is a movement that we're all starting in our backyards. We're taking back our health, and we're telling the powers that be, like, you know what? We'll do it ourselves. You couldn't do it. You got all these acres of land and you couldn't do it right. So we're going to do it right, and we're going to teach our kids how to do it right. We're not farmers. We're not scientists, but my wife and I, we both do come from families who grew their own food. It was a normal for us to go outside and help pick dinner when we were kids. We learned from our grandparents and our parents and how they did it. We're two parents who figured out that if you put the plants in the right place at the right time, God and Florida will do most of the work for you. So growing your own food is not going to entirely replace your grocery store bill. It's not going to happen. You're going to still need to go to the grocery store for things. And I'm not ever going to sit here and tell you that you're not going to go to the grocery store or the grocery store is all that bad. But what it can do for you, it can take $200, $300 off a month. You can start to get a little bit of that power back into your wallet. Growing your food right outside your kitchen door, just walking out and picking what you need. Let me show you something. So my wife and I said, we don't want to buy potatoes anymore. Why are we paying for potatoes when we can grow our own potatoes? And we can help give some potatoes away to our neighbors as well. So everything you see right here in these bags, this is all potatoes. We're going to have hundreds of pounds of potatoes growing. And I'm going to do an exclusive video on my Patreon showing how we are able to grow so many potatoes and how you can do it too. Imagine that. Imagine you coming outside and you have hundreds of pounds of potatoes and you no longer have to go to the grocery store to get potatoes. It's not difficult at all. This is very easy to do. And I'm going to show you guys. But you can do this too. And collards. Imagine you come outside and you pick your own collards. We just had a huge harvest yesterday. Imagine that. You come outside and you just pick your own collards. You don't have to buy these in the grocery store. Same for your kales. You don't have to buy this in the grocery store. You can grow this. You can grow your own kale. You can grow your own collards. You can do this too. Same goes for onions. You don't have to buy these in the store. You can grow your own onions. We can take back our power and grow this in the backyard. We can start saving our family some money by just growing the simple things that doesn't require that much effort. You can do this too. We could all do this. So what if you just decide to grow your own food in your backyard? Or what if you just decide to grow the things that you like in your backyard? As simple as that. Just some maybe peaches. You start growing some peaches in your backyard. It's not that difficult. What if? So over a year, the savings that you're going to get, it starts to add up. And over 2-3 years, you're talking about thousands you're going to save just growing some of the food in your backyard. And knowing where your food come from, you and your family are going to eat more nutritious food. No matter what happens with the prices, supply chain, you got something producing in your backyard. And that's one of the biggest flexes that you could do, is to grow just some of your food. Just grow the things you like. And that's what this is about for us. We keep showing up for you by teaching. It continues to help us learn and to grow. And it makes us not complacent with the knowledge that we already know. It compels us to stay disciplined enough to be consistent for you, to not let you down and show up timely during times that we need the videos and we need the education, so we all can get out there and do better for ourselves and for our families. You don't have to go to the store to buy everything. We can grow so much in our backyards that it will blow your mind once you just start. That's the biggest hurdle for all of us, is just getting started. Once you get started, I promise you, it's easier than you think. So if you're new here, everything my wife and I teach on this channel is for Southern Garden, zones 8B down to 11. The stuff that works in our sugar sand, our extreme heat and humidity, that's what we're bringing to you. And I put together a free Florida plant guide, a free calendar for anyone who wants it. All you have to do is go to my website, GrowFitFlorida.com, sign up, put your email in, and it's yours. You're going to get the free calendar, and I have a bunch of other stuff there for you too that's going to help you. I wanted to give you guys something that's going to be useful right now, that everybody can use. If you're in Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Texas, South Carolina, it's going to work for you too. So go over to GrowFitFlorida.com, sign up, and just go get that free calendar and all those extras I put together for you guys, because I want all our gardens to just prosper this year, just prosper. And if you haven't already, head over to Patreon, become a channel member, and get all that exclusive content that I don't have up here on YouTube. Head over to Patreon, become a channel member, inner circle, and let's go. Well, I want to say I appreciate everyone who's watching this. Is this your first time seeing me? Thank you. I hope you subscribe, hype this video up, share it with as many people as possible, and let's grow our gardens. Let's grow some food in our backyard, and I'm going to be here delivering the videos for you. I'm going to do my best to stay consistent. You show up for me, I'm going to show up for you. So until the next video, God bless.